up, guys? Welcome to another video. Today we're reviewing The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 1. This episode came out yesterday and was directed by Kerry Scogland and stars Anthony Mackie as the Falcon and Sebastian Stan as the Winter Soldier. Now, before we start, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and post notification bell so you know for a free video. And let's just start. Let's start talking about the good. So, all the actors and actions in this episode, I thought they're all great. Of course, have Anthony Mackie, who plays the Falcon, or Sam Wilson. You also have Sebastian Stan, who plays Bucky Barnes, or the Winter Soldier. And you also have Don Cheadle, who of course plays War Machine, or Rhodey, who is in this episode as well. And I thought obviously all three of them are very good in their roles. And the other characters in this episode, I thought they were good enough. They weren't terrible. They're just normal characters, and I thought they were perfectly fine. The opening sequence for this episode is awesome. It's an awesome action sequence. Just by that opening shot and opening sequence, I already knew this episode was going to be fantastic because, of course, this is a TV show, so it does not have that big of a budget as a film would have. But for a TV show, this episode feels like a big budget mini film. It feels like a big budget mini film, and I think it's fantastic. So the opening sequence is awesome. The cinematography is also very, very well done. The shots, the camera angles, the lighting, fantastic. It has perfect lighting in many of the sequences in this episode, because some of the sequences do need that lighting, because there are some sequences that are, of course, in the dark, and they, of course, need the lighting, and I thought it was lit perfectly. The action sequences. This episode has some of the best action sequences of any TV show that I've ever seen. In one sequence in particular, of course, that opening sequence is awesome. That opening sequence, that action sequence is filmed to perfection. You have the Falcon flying around, and we have never seen any Falcon action in the Marvel Cinematic Universe before like this. Bucky Barnes, of course, or the Winter Soldier, also has some great action sequences, not as many as Falcon or as big as an action sequence that Falcon has, but it's still great. There is a reference to Captain America Civil War, which I thought was very good. It does, of course, reference the drift between some of the characters, and I thought it was very well done in this episode. There are some emotional sequences within this episode, of course, mostly having to do with Captain America, of course, Steve Rogers, because, of course, this is basically the Falcon, or Captain America, and Bucky Barnes, who was, of course, the best friend of Captain America. Of course, Captain America is dead, so that does add to many emotional sequences within this episode, which I thought they were handled perfectly. There are some hilarious sequences in this episode, mostly having to do with Bucky, and I think that Sebastian Stan just did a great job with the comedic sequences in this episode, as well as Anthony Mackie, but Sebastian Stan does have many comedic sequences within this episode, and I thought it was fantastic. The ending sequence, that ending betrayal sequence / twist, was fantastic. I never expected it. I didn't even expect there would be a twist this early on in the season, but then I remembered that there are only going to be 6 episodes, so the twist sort of needed to happen in that first episode. I obviously don't know what's going to happen in the rest of the show, but it kind of makes sense that they would do the twist early on in the show so that you have enough time to develop the rest of the characters, so that that twist actually means something by the end of the show. That's about it. There's nothing bad about this episode. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 1, is a phenomenal start to what I think is going to be a very, very well done Marvel show. And I really, really like what they're doing with these characters, and I highly recommend it. And I'm going to give The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 1, an A. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and post notification bell so you know for every video. I'm Peter. Thank you for watching.